Hey guys, it's Asian here, or more people know me as Lucky or the Lucky Asian, and I'm here to officially address and make a video about Kingdom's history and about its downfall, and it's known a little bit for its end as Siren UHC, but anyways, I thought I should make this video since players like Stravalite and Power4 try to make videos about why it died, and I honestly thought that I should give a more accurate story since I was there for most of its journey as a main owner and the founder. So pretty much I was in an infection UHC staff, which I eventually made my way up to owner, and then I closed infection due to our developer S-Dog. He was the one who had console access, and he didn't give Pothead and I access to do anything, and S-Dog didn't really do shit. So Pothead and I created Kingdom based on the PR or the private round that I already had for about 17 seasons, which I hosted on Infection and Venom at the time. And basically, the start of Kingdom, it started in February 2018 as me as the main owner, and I made all of the decisions, including the hard ones, and I also paid for the server. And Pothead was the developer of the server. Kingdom was a new server and it struggled for fills during 1.0, which 1.0 was pretty short anyways, and it also struggled for about the first half of 2.0. But more people joined after the Venom UHC community was killed off, and some friends invited their friends from Reddit and Play UHC and other communities. And eventually, though, it became just my own Discord server, and the plan was to possibly go to Reddit, but as you guys know, I was blacklisted, or I guess, yeah, I was UBL'd for universally blacklisted um, for doxing, and I guess I can explain that later. But anyways, yeah, that pretty much happened. So me being as an owner, which I still wanted to be, I just wanted it to be my own server. I didn't want Kingdom to rely on fills from Reddit from a different hosting area, so I just chose not to make Kingdom go into a Reddit to become a Reddit server and go that direction. And I thought it was for the better, and I'm glad I did. But anyways, the second half of 2.0, it pretty much sparked more players joining, and we were able to get decent fills for pretty much almost every game that we hosted, and we didn't have to cancel as much due to lack of fills, which happened quite frequently during 1.0 and 2.0, honestly. And the start of 3.0 was amazing, honestly. As summer came around, there was more time for UHC, and as school ended, for most people, unless you were from like a different region, like maybe Australia or something like that, or China or whatever, we're going to, or unless you went to summer school because you failed class since you were a dumbass. No, I'm just kidding. But I still didn't have a job, and I pretty much paid for the server probably about um, like $20 a month, and eventually I had Sav Taylor, and I kind of took advantage of the fact that she wanted to be owner as long as she paid. So I figured it'd be fine since I mostly kept control anyways. I was always in control of everything, and since I was the main owner and had pretty much most of the power, but I eventually demoted her from owner due to her telling a staff in secret to kill all and ruin the game. And but before that though, her ownership was pretty awful, I guess, and it made some active people leave, but yeah. 3.0 was probably one of the best seasons, as arguably it was either 2.0, as most people say honestly, or 3.0, which 3.0 was very active, probably because it was summertime, but I guess 2.0 also had some core players and a lot more less sweaty games in my opinion. So pretty much those specific seasons had probably the best moments of Kingdom. And pretty much 4.0 started roughly when school started again for most people. And during that time, a friend of mine, he introduced me to Rainbow Six Siege, and I pretty much actively played that instead of Minecraft, which was getting boring for me due to its lack of competitiveness, and I felt like it was kind of too easy already since it's just I already knew how to PvP, and the new combat system was just um, it just lacked. And it's not fun to play a game where you don't really learn as much from anymore. So pretty much Latia, a senior admin at the time, she basically filled my shoes as an owner, but not officially until probably like January maybe? I'm not really sure. Um, Pretty much I tried to get motivation back to play again, and I tried to play every once in a while, and I still took part of making decisions, but eventually I just lost motivation just to be an owner. 5.0 and 6.0 were pretty much the same seasons to me since nothing really changed except for Latia leaving staff sometime in between there, and then due to her, it's probably, I think it was because it was due to her not being able to handle the toxicity of Kingdom players, and people didn't really like her as much. I didn't really fully know why, but that wasn't really my concern. But anyways, I had Jem eventually fill in as an owner who was making his way and was already a higher staff. And I think Jem and Pothead made Toby owner as well. And Toby was pretty much, I guess, a veteran of the community and a long-time player who was pretty active. But Toby being owner was not really my decision at all, but I was fine with it anyways. But eventually, after like 1 to 2 months of a different ownership, uh, I demoted Jem based upon Toby's and I agreement that he was really biased regarding staff and punishments towards players and not really doing anything about his friends. And I also did this because to come back as an owner because I felt as no one I really placed as owner was really fully stepping up to do anything about problems. So eventually, Toby and I reinvited back Latia, who resigned months ago, to be a senior admin, and then we eventually re-promoted her to being an owner, and also she said that she could pay us well. So eventually, somewhere, I think around 6.0, late 6.0, or early 7.0, I eventually resigned from owner again after being owner for like a month or so because my attempt to find motivation to play the game again and care enough about Kingdom like I used to was gone, and it's just if I wanted to play a UHC as well, I would rather play Rainbow or do something else at this time. And honestly, it just wasn't the same server back in 2.0 where I could just team with my regular friends like Barry, Pothead, and others, and it wouldn't be such a sweat fest. When 7.0 was coming to an end, though, Latia and Toby wanted to rebrand Kingdom into a new server called Siren UHC and make it a different Discord, and I was really against the idea, but I was really in no place to order people around as it wasn't my server anymore. So I just went along with it, having no choice. And pretty much Siren UHC, it fell apart within a month and a half due to trying to rebrand and not be something else other than Kingdom. Because really, it was the same community, Kingdom, and honestly rebranding it could not take that name away. And the lack of motivation from the owners to do anything with the server, and also due to the lack of funds and good staff, it pretty much caused a downfall of Siren, and it ultimately killed the community, almost officially, I guess. And I really don't believe, with dumb reasons like people like Power 4 state in like their videos, that blacklisting Mohala and Marcelo killed the server. It really didn't. It was just simply the owners taking no action to do anything creative, and they didn't really solve any issues that still existed. But yes, one part of Kingdom and Siren though was toxicity. Pretty much everyone thought that was the main problem. But in my opinion about toxicity is that toxicity is in every game that we play, and the majority of the people were already toxic in the community, and I realistically didn't believe that censoring was the way to stop toxicity making rules about it, except, well, we did make rules about less racism and whatever. And obviously, I kind of defied that as an owner. A little bit. Well, probably not a little bit, but sometimes. But I just didn't believe that censoring was the way to go. Because, in my opinion, there's really not much you can always do to stop toxicity. Unless it's for yourself, which the only thing that you can really change about yourself is if you actually decide to do it. But I believe toxicity could only really be stopped is it's pretty much how you and others handle it, and which obviously younger people tend to handle emotions less maturely as adults. And that's pretty much why toxicity was a problem in Kingdom, just due to people really not being able to handle it for the most part, and people taking it too seriously. But honestly, I just think it's the internet, and you shouldn't really always have to care what people have to say to you there. To this day, though, I still wish I could make amends to all of those I hurt, which I hurt a lot of people, since I was very immature back then and really toxic and racist, which I'm at least trying not to be so racist. And I'm still usually jokingly toxic since it's who I am, since I enjoy dark humor. And I just miss my old friends and not being able to call one on one with them until like 6 a.m., telling each other stories and secrets, but that's what happens when you lose a community. But yeah, I'm really sorry to anyone I hurt, and I guess if you accept my apology, you can tell me if you want. But pretty much, obviously, I'm not coming back to Minecraft or anything like that, or to making videos. And in my opinion, Kingdom honestly just died after the end of 3.0, because in my opinion, Kingdom lives for how long I wanted it to. I guess due to motivation, etc. But as the main owner and founder, I was not really there to make it a better place at the start of 4.0, and I failed doing so, and I admit that. I am proud, however, that I was able to have my own community for over a year, and I'm glad to have gotten closure of ending Kingdom officially by making this video, and leaving it to rest in peace, unfortunately. But anyways, thank you for those who played in my community. I appreciate it a lot. And if you watched the video until the end, thank you for that as well, and peace out.